Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here. And welcome to the Doctor Who Daily. Well, there's only one place to start. David Tennant will be having his own podcast over on iTunes. And one of his guests will be Jodie Whittaker. Alert, alert, we are detected. Basically, right, this is something I'm not a supporter of. Right, basically, I've seen the kind of a list of the guests he's going to have. They're all his mates. To me, it's all pointless because they're just friendly little chats. And now I'm waiting for the Jodie Whittaker interview when she's on there with David. Right, she's a friend of his as well, by the way. Now, if they start calling out fans and going down a certain negative direction in the conversation, I'm going to call them out on it. David Tennant is one of the best doctors ever, but we've got to look at this seriously. His career isn't great at the moment. He's not really doing very much. I mean, he's played lots of multiple different roles. He's done well from his success on Doctor Who. But when someone starts doing a podcast, you can kind of tell where their career's heading. Obviously, there's money to be made. Now, I don't think there's a subscription. I don't know if you have to pay for the podcast, but hey, it's going to be professionally done. Personally, as soon as I heard Jodie Whittaker was on it, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in spin. I'm interested in honest people saying things the way they are. Now, I love David Tennant. I love him as the Doctor. He's always been great to the fans. He signs more autographs than anyone else. I mean, some people will tell you to get stuffed. He won't. He's a great guy. He's always very positive. He never speaks negatively about people. And I want that to continue. But this is what worries me about this podcast. I don't want David to put himself in a position where he's kind of propping up Jodie Whittaker. Now, if I was David, I'd keep well out of it. Let them get on with it. Let them make their show and let's see what happens. And that's all I'm going to say about this podcast. So I'm not very excited about it. I'm actually disappointed he's doing it. But if he needs to do it, he needs to do it. Now, if Jodie wasn't on it, I'd be more positive. I'd be thinking, wow, this is good. You know, if he starts interviewing like previous doctors, I mean, it'd be great if he interviewed Tom Baker. You know, I'd much rather hear he was interviewing Tom Baker, a guy who probably hasn't got very long left. What a great interview that would be. David, take my money now. But interviewing Jodie Whittaker, who's only been in the job for 5 minutes, no, I'm sorry, David. I can smell Spin City from you, and that's disappointing because I'm a big fan of your talent, and you are very talented. You seem like a very lovely guy, a great father, a great husband, and I don't want to be here triggering your fans because I'm a fan of yours as well. But I sniff something very suspicious here, and unfortunately, I am a sniffer out of bullshit. I do see through people. What's the phrase I used to use on my WhatsApp? I'm like Superman. I see through people. Great phrase, isn't it? Yeah, big Superman fan, as you can see behind me. But yes, so it's not really something I'm excited about or getting really interested about. I'm really actually rewatching a lot of Classic Who, as I said to you yesterday right now, and I'm really excited. But beyond that, we got our first on-set pick of Jodie Whittaker and Bradley Walsh, Mandip Gill, and the Ryan guy, who I always forget his name, on set of the new series of Doctor Who. So the BBC have even put it out on their Twitter. Doctor Who back in production. Ooh, exciting. Look, it's exciting for a great many people. Now, it isn't particularly exciting for me because I know what we're going to get. But I know there's a lot of people who like season 11. You know what, peeps? I respect you. You know, we can have differing opinions on things. I'm not, I don't think it's right to start a YouTube channel and then start dictating. If you don't agree with me, go away. No, I'm not one of those YouTubers. You can come on the comments below and tell me I'm talking a load of balls. It's fine. You know, we all come from different perspectives, different opinions, and a lot of you do like Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor, and that's fine. Personally, it hasn't worked. Maybe that's the showrunner. Probably is the showrunner. I have said that I think her casting was the wrong type of casting. I think there were, as I keep on saying, and it's boring, there were so many more females more suited to playing the Doctor. But then to get those females, you've got to have a showrunner who's actually interested in fleshing out an interesting version of the Doctor. This guy is just here to virtual signal until his era is over. And some of you people like that, And that's fine. It's just not for me, really. So, yes. So it's back in production. I suppose it's exciting. I think what I kind of sniffed from Resolution was, I'm sniffing a lot today, aren't I? But yeah, what I kind of got from Resolution was that was Chris Chibnall's way of trying to improve upon his mistakes. And really, he didn't. It was still a very bland episode with one kind of broken down Dalek. And I mean, the way they could just hold on to that Dalek and beat it was pathetic. That's got to be the weakest Dalek. If you go back to the Dalek episode and what is it? What was that? I forgot his name. He's such a pointless companion. But I remember when he said, "Oh, Big Pepper Pot can't even go up a flight of stairs." Remember that? And then the Dalek kind of glides up. It's one of the most hilarious, epic moments in Dalek history. And, you know, and so that was brilliant. But this Dalek was so pathetic. And this is the thing. It's all very well bringing the Daleks back. When your season hasn't worked out creatively, you know, in desperation, you go back and try and do a Dalek episode. But that Dalek episode had no fault for it. He put more thought into having a female kind of Dalek, if you like, than actually doing a great Dalek episode, a great Dalek story. And I think what Resolution actually proved to me, that the man just can't run Doctor Who. Yeah, give him an individual episode within somebody else's season, he might pull it off. As I've always said, I actually kind of liked his Doctor Who episodes under RTD. I like Cyberwoman. You may not. A lot of you don't. I know that because I go on a lot of YouTube channels and people slate his work on Doctor Who. I kind of think his individual work was okay. His first series on Broadchurch was okay. But again, in season 2 and 3, he really did Virtue Signal. And there was a lot of anti-male agenda on his second and third season of Broadchurch. So it was all there. So I was very suspicious. You know, first season's brilliant. He's trying to show he's a great writer, that he can write a show. He's trying to work his way up within the industry, which he did with Broadchurch. Broadchurch gave him a great reputation, but nobody really, because British television critics are not honest. And this is why Doctor Who season 11, it's got 5 stars, is doing so well on Rotten Tomatoes as well, because nobody's really honest. No one speaks against creatives that are not doing the job they should be. And there's no question, it is the weakest season of New Who. Now, I didn't really see much of the Sylvester McCoy and Colin Baker eras, which I think I kind of watched a little bit, then got bored and didn't watch anymore. I think for me, the only thing that kept me watching a few episodes of Sylvester McCoy was Ace. I still think Ace is probably one of the top 5 Doctor Who companions of all time. I think she was brilliant. And that character really did prop up Sylvester McCoy's Doctor Who. And as I say about Sly McCoy, he's such a good actor, such a talented guy, always going to the conventions. He's brilliant. He's a great spokesman for Who. But he just wasn't one of my favourite Doctors at the time. But I suppose I might go back and give him a second chance. But that's what a great actor just didn't. It's a bit like, actually, Sylvester McCoy is a bit like Peter Capaldi. Great actor, should have been a great Doctor, but really wasn't. But what McCoy had, what Capaldi didn't, was a great companion. Ace is one of the most memorable, and she is a New Who companion. The way she is, she's even kind of got this amazing little backstory as well. So she was brilliant, and I think that's the only good thing about Sylvester McCoy's Doctor Who era, as far as I'm concerned. But let me know what you think. Is there anything you want me to talk about on the Doctor Who Dailies? There's lots of things I can talk about that are on my mind and in my Doctor Who hearts, but I want to know what you want to talk about on the Daily Show. Well, thanks very much for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow for another Doctor Who Daily.